So I'm assuming,
Yes,
okay. So, Namaskar Mama, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Wonderful. Okay. So and now we bring our awareness. But now I'll explain briefly what we do over here. Uh, we have three parts to our practice. One, for the first part, we do what is called chakra vibrations. This is we visualize along the middle of the body a column, and on that we in 7 different points. We do 7 different vibrations. We do it a few times in each place. Now, this we do because from a yogic perspective, we work with three bodies: the gross body, the subtle body, and the causal body. So any conflict between the causal body and the subtle body is considered the zone of mental health issues as well as autoimmune conditions. So that is why we do the chakra vibration, because it helps to relieve over there. Then, of course, we work with spinal alignment and breathing practices. And this is designed to optimize the energy within our body. And when the energy is optimum, most of your organ systems will all come back to balance. So that is why the practice we do is palliative. So people who have minor issues, they get resolved. I can share some examples of what people have written to us, but anonymously, unless the person themselves want to speak for themselves later. And we also have today a little link that Dr. Naresh Chand sent to all of us, or at least to me, about the effect of shoulder through the aging process. So these are things I can share with you after we have finished our regular session. So the last 10 minutes or so, we'll share that. So let's begin with the chakra vibrations. We keep our awareness at the perineum. The perineum is the spot between the anus and the genital area, and focusing there and pressing on the little finger, we do the mantra LUM. And it'll feel, you can also gently squeeze your buttocks over there. It'll stimulate that area. Take a deep breath in. LUM. 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 Release the fingers and continue. Lum. Now bring the awareness 1 inch above the perineum, and there we do the mantra VAM, and this is behind the place where we urinate in the middle of the body. And this we do pressing on the ring finger with the thumb. Take a deep breath in. VAM. VAM. Vang. 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 Release the fingers and continue. Vang. Now bring the awareness behind the navel in the middle of the body, and there we do the mantra Ram, and we press the middle finger with the thumb. Take a deep breath. Ram. 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 Release the finger and continue. Ram. Now bring the awareness in the middle of the chest, in between the breasts, and here we do the mantra Yam, and we press on the index finger with the thumb. Take a deep breath. Yam. 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 Release the finger and continue. Yam. Now bring the awareness to the throat, and here we do hum. We have the thumbs up mudra with a loose fist. Hum. 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 Release the hand and continue. Hum. One last time. Hum. Bring the awareness to the middle of the head, and here we do the mantra Cham. So we again keep the thumbs up mudra with a loose fist. Chum. Chum. Release the hand and continue. Chum. Bring the awareness to the top of the head in the middle. There, focused, we do Om. Again, thumbs up, loose fist. Om. Release the hands and continue. Now we go on to the happy face breathing, the Ujjayi Pranayama. So when we do this today, we will do it with our palms lifted up and perpendicular to the forearm, which you can keep it very comfortably or resting on your knees. So your palm can be like that, stretched out like that, resting on your knees. So with that, let's do the Ujjayi Pranayama, the happy face breathing. For anybody who needs further direction, instruction, I'll provide that now. We bring our awareness to the throat, effectively the inside of the throat, that is the bottommost part of the mouth, the hole that meets the neck. So focusing on that hole, we make a big smile, big smile. As the cheeks come out, you will feel a slight stretch in the throat. Keeping your awareness on the stretch in the throat, we inhale and exhale in slow and long breaths. And as you do that, you will feel like the air is rubbing in the throat. And when that happens, you will feel like a sucking sensation when you inhale, mild sucking sensation. And when you exhale, it will feel like a reverse sucking sensation. And the rule of yoga is all of it must be done with light effort, which means you cannot put too much effort. Why? In that case, strain will come and the nadis will not activate. It has to be done without strain and smoothness. Remember to keep your palms perpendicular to the forearm, and you may observe slight, as you inhale and exhale, slight sensations in the palm of the hands. Those of you who have wrist-related issues, in order to help with the wrist, you can sit back on your chair and bring your hands. You can turn it around so that the wrist gets more stretched out. And in that position, you can do the inhale and exhale. But if you don't have any wrist issues, there is no need to do that. But keep the palms perpendicular to the forearm. Now, we go on to the respiratory mantra, the Haim, Em, Am. So bring your awareness in the middle of the chest, behind the sternum, and feel a line go through the middle of the body and out of the head. And along that, visualize the vibration moving, Haim, Em, Am. You can stay in that meditative state, going Haim, Em, Am, Haim, Em, Am. since you have been practicing this for a while, if any of you find it more meditative to use the mantra in that same flow as Haim Im Om, you can try that. That works better for me, so I'm sharing with all of you. Now we go on to the spinal alignment exercises, starting with the neck. As you exhale, gently tilt your head and bring your ear towards one shoulder. Inhale, slowly come back up. Exhale, go towards the other shoulder, and inhale, come back up, and continue. Last exhalation, bring the ear down towards the shoulder. Inhale, come back. And now turn the head, rotate and look over one shoulder. And inhale, come back. Exhale, look over the other shoulder. And inhale, come back. And continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come back. Now take a deep breath in and lift up the chin and take the head backward. And as you exhale, bring the chin down towards the chest. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Bring the chin down to the chest. And from here, we do 360 degrees rotation around the neck. Inhale, half a circle, and exhale, complete the circle. And continue. Last circle. As you exhale and complete the circle, we go in the reverse direction. Last exhalation, and as you complete the circle, now we go on to the shoulder exercises. Inhale, lift up one shoulder. Exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. Inhale, lift up the other shoulder. Exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. Continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now let's do both shoulders together. Inhale, both shoulders up, and exhale, rotate it back and bring it down, and continue. How many of you would like to do part by part relaxation today? Just raise your hands. Okay, that looks like 50% of the people, so we'll do it. Okay. How many people don't want to do it? So that's about 1% or 3% of the people. Okay, 5%. Okay. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we bring our hands, elbows in line with the shoulders, and we'll go around the wrist. Inhale, open out the palms, and exhale, come around making the fist, and continue. Inhale and exhale. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we go reverse. Last inhale and last exhale. Now let's interlock the fingers and bring it behind the head. Now, the usual, as you exhale, turn to one side, inhale, come back. If any of you feel like simply holding 10 breaths on one side, you can feel free to do that. That will have bigger impact, but it may be strenuous for some people. Exhale, turn, inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come back. Now we get hold of the elbows behind the head. Those of you who have difficulty raising the hand, you can hold your elbows like this too. What we are doing is we are going to pull the elbows either way. So whatever is of comfort for you. As you exhale, pull on one elbow. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, pull on the other elbow. Inhale, come back up. Remember, this is a shoulder exercise. And so you want to stretch the shoulder blade, and that is where the big impact happens. Last exhalation, pull. Inhale, release. Now, let's cross one leg over the other and get hold of the knee on the top. And as you exhale, you not only pull it in, but cross it over and turn the head the other way. Inhale, release, and exhale, pull and turn. Last exhalation, pull and turn. Inhale, release. Now we cross over the other leg. Pull, and the head goes the other way. Continue. Exhale, pull. Inhale, release. Continue. Last exhalation, pull and turn. Inhale, release. Now we are going to do the backward arch. Now, those of you who like to hold the position, you can come a little forward on your chair and keep a space behind. And with your hand behind, you can push forward the pelvis and take the head back and the shoulder back. Those of you who find that too strenuous, just bring your hands to your hips, and with each inhalation, push on one hand and make the backward arch. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, go the other way. And each of you, your own choice. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now bring the hands forward, interlock the fingers and push out the hands. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, turn to one side and stay there. Now take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, go all the way to the other side and stay there. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, come back to the middle and inhale, palm into the chest, and exhale, bring the palm the other way around. Inhale and exhale and feel the stretch in the palms, in the fingers, in the wrists, in the forearms, the shoulders. Inhale and exhale into the stretch. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, turn all the way to one side. Inhale and exhale and stay there. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, go all the way to the other side and stay there. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, come into the middle. Inhale, palm into the chest. And exhale, lift up yourself high. Pull up the pelvis. Pull up the shoulders. Extend your elbows and push out on your fingers. Now take a deep breath in and lift up one shoulder and tilt to one side and stay there. Now take a deep breath in and lift up the other shoulder and tilt to the other side. Inhale, come to the middle. Take a deep breath in. Lift up yourself, make yourself very tall, the spine stretched out. Release the hand and rotate around the wrist both ways. Then push on your elbows and push it backward as you slowly bring the hands down. Now we'll go on to our part by part relaxation. And when we do that, as part of it, we will integrate the Anulom Vilom Pranayama, and we will do 50% of the Bhastrika also in there. So those of you who have the option to lie down, that will give you deeper relaxation. So those of you who want to sit on the chair, that's your option, but lying down will give deeper relaxation. I just saw a note that we have at the end of this of our session, we have Dr. Narayan Swami will be presenting on understanding the Vedas, and he has written a book on that, and so he will be presenting on that. So, so keeping that in mind, I will try to finish as quickly as possible. So, close your eyes. and bring your awareness within. Observe how your body is feeling. Let's, with your eyes closed, by the way, please don't send any messages right now. Just keep hearing the message and you will find yourself very easy to take care of this. Okay. Somebody asked, how can I, relax my legs? Okay. I'll actually show you, since you asked the question, open your eyes. When you have your legs stretched out, what you do is you simply twist and turn and extend it out as much as you can, push out the heel, twist and turn all the muscles. So then after that, you relax. Similarly, when you're doing the hand, twist and turn, extend out the hand, that way hold out tight the muscles. So that is the way in which you twist and turn and relax. Okay. So now, again, close your muscle, relax. Close your eyes and relax. Take a slow, deep breath in and observe every part of your body, how it is feeling. Now we will begin with one leg at a time. Take a deep breath in and focus on the left leg. Stretch out the left leg, twist and turn all the muscles in it. Feel the vitality of the breath going there. Hold it tight, 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 tight. And as you exhale, let the leg drop. All the muscles relax in one shot. Now take another slow, deep breath in. Keep the eyes closed throughout. Don't open your eyes. As you feel the breath going towards the left leg, feel the nourishment of the inhalation, the breath, going to every cell in that left leg. And as you exhale, you find the left leg fully relaxed. Now let's go to the right leg. Take a slow, deep breath in into the right leg. Tighten every muscle, twist and turn every muscle. Point out the toes, push out the heels, whatever, twist and turn and hold, 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 hold. And as you exhale, let the leg drop. Just roll the leg to the left and right to make sure the leg feels relaxed. Now take a slow, deep breath in into the right leg. And as you exhale, feel the right leg fully relaxed. Now, let's bring our awareness to the hips and the buttocks. Take a deep breath in and squeeze your buttocks and you feel the hips lift up. Hold it tight, 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 tight. And as you exhale, let it drop. With the next slow, deep breath in, feel the vitality of the breath. Go to your hips and your legs going all the way down to the feet. And as you exhale, feel every part of the body below the hips is fully relaxed and ready to go to sleep. Now bring the awareness to the trunk of the body. As you exhale, draw in your abdominal area and feel your back stretch. If you're lying on the floor, you will feel like the back is sinking onto the floor. And you feel the back fully stretched out. Hold out the breath. Keep the breath out. Now slowly inhale and feel the abdominal area come out, the chest expand. And when you're fully inhaled, hold the breath and feel the whole chest and trunk of the body tight, 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 tight. And when you exhale, exhale very quickly and let the whole trunk of the body collapse. Now, take a slow, deep breath into the trunk of the body and feel it nourished with the vitality. And as you exhale, feel the trunk of the body ready to fall asleep. Now we will focus on the shoulders and the hands all together. At the same time, feel the vitality flow into the shoulders and the hands. Lift up the shoulders up towards your ears, and then straighten out the hands and twist and turn all the muscles in the hands. The hand is in a fist. Twist and turn. The shoulders are up towards the neck. Hold, 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 hold. And as you exhale, let it drop. Now, take a slow, deep inhalation and roll your shoulders a little bit and feel your hands and shoulders gently relax. Now, we take one more slow, deep breath into the shoulders and hands. And as you exhale, feel the shoulders and hands ready to fall asleep, and let it fall asleep. Now we bring our awareness to the neck. Take a deep breath in and feel the vitality go into the neck. Take a deep and turn your neck to one side and hold it tight, 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 tight. And as you exhale, relax. Now let's go to the other side of the neck. Take a deep breath in and turn the neck to the other side and hold it tight, 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 tight. And as you exhale, relax. Now let's bring the awareness to the face and the head. So tighten all the muscles, bring your lips together, close your eyes, and tighten all the jaws pull up. All of them tight, 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 tight. And as you exhale, drop it. Now, take a slow, deep breath into the neck and the head. And as you exhale, feel the neck and the head fully relax. One more deep breath in into the head and neck. And as you exhale, feel the head and the neck ready to fall asleep. And let it fall asleep. Now observe how the body is feeling. You're able to observe your body as if you're not the body at all. Particularly if you're lying down, it feels like there is nothing at all, just awareness. Now bring your awareness to the middle of the brain. And those of you who know how we do Anulom Vilom Pranayama with the awareness, with the visualization, you know when we inhale, when the breath completes, we bring it to the middle of the brain, right? So focus on that part of the brain. As you inhale, feel like there is a vibration moving from the bottom of the feet and coming along the body and going right to the middle of the brain. And as you exhale, feel it coming from the middle of the brain and going right towards the feet. So just feel a cascade of that wave of that awareness going up and down. It is 6:30 now. Those of you who want to leave after the first hour, just give yourself another minute or so of the slow, relaxing breath, and then you can leave. And those of you who are continuing, we will do a few more things, and we will do one round of Bhastrika before we go into meditation. So as you continue to observe with your awareness into the middle of the brain, continue the slow inhalation with the awareness. Inhale and exhale. Now gently raise one finger up or two fingers, bring it under your nostrils and see whether the air that is blowing out of the nostril is equal or if one is more than the other. Whichever one, if you find them equal, you're perfectly okay. If you find one is less than the other, whichever nostril is less, close the other nostril and inhale from the nostril, which is less, and visualize it going to the middle of the head, to the middle of the brain. And when you exhale, you can release the hand and you can exhale through both the nostrils. So continue to do this in your relaxed position, lying down or whichever way you are in. With each inhalation, feel the awareness rise up from the bottom parts of the body, going up towards the middle of the brain. And as you exhale, feel it flow down all the way towards the feet. You don't have to be in a hurry to get up. I'll prompt you when to get up. You can continue. Those of you who are lying down, raise one hand over your head and bring the hand by the side of your ear and on the floor. This is only for people who are lying down. For people who are sitting up, it has no value. Then bend at the opposite knee. Whichever hand is up, bend the opposite knee and bring the feet onto the floor, the foot on the floor. Then turn to your side where you have the hand stretched out, and then cross the other hand across, bring it onto the floor, and slowly bending your knees, lift up and sit up. Keep your eyes closed. Continue the slow inhalation and exhalation and observe how you feel in the middle of the head or the middle of the brain. Pretty much all of you should feel your awareness right in the middle of the brain. Now we are ready for one round of Bhastrika, and then we will go on to meditation. You will see, because of the deep relaxation you did, one round of Bhastrika will have the same effect of doing 4 or 5 rounds of Bhastrika. Let's go. 1. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. 20. Exhale. Let's continue 5 more breaths. 21. Exhale. 22. Exhale. 23. Exhale. 24. Exhale. And 25. Exhale. Bring down the hands, keep the eyes closed. Observe any sensation you feel anywhere in your head or anywhere else. If you have no sensation, that is fine. Keep your eyes closed and observe them. Make sure the body is fully relaxed. If any part of the body is not fully relaxed, you can mentally focus there, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, feel that body fully relax. Keep your hands in a meditative mudra. You can keep either both palms facing outward, one over the other with the thumb touching, or you can keep the hands separated with the index finger touching the thumb, or you can keep both your palms simply open. Keep all of them relaxed on your lap. Mentally tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. I let go of everything. 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 Feel a lightness within you as you're letting go of everything. And if you have a personal mantra, keep your focus on your personal mantra. Otherwise, keep the focus in the respiratory mantra rising from the chest and going out of the body. Haim Em Am. And we will have Om in the background. Mentally affirm to yourself, may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I am born. And with that as the thought, feel a downpour of awareness from the top of the head going all the way down to the feet, covering every part of the body. After you experience that, whenever you feel like coming out of meditation, raise your hands up and bring it a few inches in front of your eyes and look straight into the palm of your hands when you open your eyes. And with that, we will end the meditation and the session for today. Is there any quick question, or would you like to go straight to the book presentation by Dr. Narayan Swami? I will talk about the shoulder-related stuff and in the next session. Actually, tomorrow is Friday. Yes, we have the time. I'll talk about it tomorrow. So today I'll give the time to Dr. Narayan Swami because I will not be able to stay much longer to listen to him if we don't begin quickly now. I have another meeting at 7:30. Okay, so in that case, yeah, Pratibha, you have a question?
Namaskar, Dr. Rajan.
Okay. So we will.
Dr. Narayan, I have a question.
Yeah, what is your question?
See, when I do this thing, my ribs start paining.
When you do what thing?
I do like this. Just like that or like that.
Yes, yes,
So it start paining. A lot of pain.
yes, yes. That is because through your aging process, your muscles have become weak. So do it as gentle as possible and do deep breathing.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So now let me introduce to you Dr. Narayan Swami. He's somebody whom I have known for a very, very long time. And he's a person who has been involved with doing a lot of yajnas, and he's from the north of Los Angeles, from the Simi Valley, that area, from Westlake Village over there. And he has been involved with the Kalabasas temple in the Los Angeles area for many, many years. He is in his 80s now. And since he has been actively doing various havans and practice and all of those things, and he has been a person who has sought to know the Vedas better, he has spent a lot of time with it. And personally, he has been a practitioner of all the Vedic techniques of meditations. So having him today is a wonderful thing. So let's hear from him. You need to turn on your video, Dr. Narayan Swami. Yeah, do you want to share a PowerPoint slide or anything? You need to unmute yourself.
No, I'll just talk. It's a short talk to introduce the concepts that I thought would stay with them directly by speaking.
Go ahead, please.
This is an excellent session I attended from the last hour and a half. I know Rajan Narayanan for a long time, as he said. 1997, we met at the Adirudra Mahayajna, the first ever yajna conducted in the Pocono Mountains. From that time, our association, we exchanged ideas. We meet often, occasionally, every alternate years, somewhere, and stay in touch. Without much ado, I'll start the session. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Ganana Tva Ganapadigam Havamahe Kavim Kavina Mupamasravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anasranvanyotibe Siddha Sadhanam. Om Sri Mahaganapataye Namaha Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebir Vajini Evadi Dhinama Vitriyavato. Om Sri Mahasaraswatye Namaha Triambagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamrutat. Om Trimbaga Mrityunjaya Devataye Namo Namaha. Idam Vishnur Vichakrame Tredani Dade Padam Samolamasya Bhagam Sure Krishna 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 Om Bhur Bhuvasuvarom. I start all Veda classes with these four mantras. These are Veda mantras, Rigveda mantras, and first one is for Ganapati Prarthana, then Maha Saraswati, Rudra, Trambaka Rudra, then Mahavishnu. So with this, without ado, I'll go straight to all yoga practitioners, all Sanatana Dharma followers, all Veda followers. We all come from the same big family, Veda and Dharmic living. And the story of the Vedas, or when originally we got these Vedas, the rishis of the Vedic time, we believe that Vedas existed always permanently, yet scientific evidence goes 6000 BCE or earlier. Latest archaeological evidence and all that have changed many shorter times that Westerners have propagated last 300 years, but now it is fairly well accepted, 6000 BC or earlier. And in my book, I give from that original date to 2020, how the Vedas progressed from those early times on to today. There are several reasons to write the book. Without going into that, let me straight away come to the point. The Vedas or Veda Samhitas, it all started with the revelations of mantras. And these mantras, we believe, are located in the Parame Vyoman, which is the supreme station where Tadvishno Paramam Padam. I will come to how the stations are organized. In the supreme station, along with the Devas and the Tadegam, that one, the supreme, there is that supreme and Devas control, manage all the activities, the awareness that repeatedly in this yoga session we heard. It is a self-aware universe. And our rishis, during their meditation, they reach the superconscious state and they could see the mantras. Analogous to today's cloud computing, these mantras are in the supreme station. Just like the cloud computing, you have a password to retrieve your data. The password to get the mantras are, you live a satyam, dharmic life, satyam tapas shraddha, continue meditation. When you get super conscious state, that is the password. You can directly see or hear the mantras. They blotted out the mantras and the disciples stored it. And the Vedic period, the Rishi period, from 6000 BCE to about 3000 BCE, and the various rishis, about 400 rishis, 30 of them lady rishis, belonging to all varnas, no bar, anyone who can practice this sattvic living, dharmic living, and continue meditation, they can reach superconscious states and they receive a mantra. One who receives a mantra becomes a rishi. He is called a rishi. There are many rishis who have done hundreds of mantras, but at least one mantra must be received for him to be called a rishi. These mantras, after a while, there were not enough interest to continue this meditation and retrieve mantras. So the Vedic period ended around 3000 BCE. Then Krishna Dvaipayana classified the Vedas into 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda, and various texts came out of these Vedas. The Brahmanas, the Aranyakas, the Upanishads, then various yoga texts, Hatha Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, then Vedangas, Upavedas, Upangas, Shad Darshanas, goes on. And the vast collection of scriptural texts that we have. In my book, I give an overview of each of these for everyone to get an overall understanding. However, because it is all attempted to understand the Vedas are known as the original books of wisdom. And everyone wants to find out wisdom. So the scholars, intellectuals, saints developed Brahmanas, Aranyakas, Upanishads, Ashtanga Yogas, Yoga Sutras, Hatha Yoga texts, Puranas, Itihasas, all various categories available to us. I will broadly classify them: Veda, Samhitas, Karma, and Yajna, which is a mantra. Yajna and Karma is one part of the Vedas. Along with that, we also talk about Jnana. Then there is Yoga. Then Puranas. By reading the Itihasa and the Puranas, we develop Bhakti. And all these are paths. So Karma or Yajna, Jnana, Yoga, Puranas. All these texts are there. For Jnana, there are Upanishad texts, Brahma Sutras, lot of schools teaching various Jnana texts. Then Yoga, various practitioners, Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga practice, then Yoga Vasishtha, then Purana, Itihasa, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavata, Shiva Purana, Vishnu Purana. All these in various activities, we have all, there are texts available, there are teachers to teach. However, the Veda Samhitas, from which all these have evolved, and it contains yajnas, karma, jnana, yoga, bhakti, all those aspects. Because we compartmentalized and left the karma and the yajna part, there are not teachers to teach. There is the formal education. At the same time, everyone developed this understanding from their forefathers and the family practices. And the English translations that happened towards the end of the 19th century, many Western translators and some of the Indologists who followed their teachings and all that, because of the structure of the Vedas, now I will straight away, they did not fully understand, and things where they did not understand, they added some skepticism as well, with the result that Vedas and Veda Samhitas are not properly understood. So I will try to say quickly, so what is there to understand in the Vedas? Because everyone thinks Veda means either you go to Jnana Marg, go attend Upanishad lectures and meditation, try to become a jnani, follow yoga, where you develop all aspects, and awareness, through awareness, you reach the ultimate. But when it comes to the Veda Samhita, no one clearly understands what it is. And we say that, oh, it is ritual, it is devoid of wisdom. So I wanted to understand, how can it be when Veda Samhitas are known as the oldest books of wisdom, yet we are not paying attention to what is in Veda Samhitas? So I started the practice after my Diksha when I was 11 years old, and I was searching and searching. And the last 10, 20 years, I have had a transformative understanding of what are in the Veda Samhitas, and that is what I wanted to convey to you. So if you ask the question, so what is in the Veda Samhita? Veda Samhitas want to make each and every one of us all-round perfectionists in whatever we do. Mark this word, all-round perfection. Even if you become a great in one field, take Albert Einstein, theory of elasticity. He is considered the ultimate in the physics field, but he's only an expert in that field. But Veda says you can attain all-round perfection. So we must try to understand these Vedas so that we start increasing levels of perfection of all the things that we participate in. Whatever profession we do, whether you are a scientist, whether you are a homemaker, whether you are a tax consultant, whether you are a yoga practitioner, you will see higher levels of perfection. And it will lead you to ultimately to all-round perfection. That is what the Veda Samhita says, and that is the reason why all of us must try to understand. So, hey, you are telling me all-round perfection. How do we get to this all-round perfection? So we start by saying Vedas consist of Veda mantras. Our rishis have gotten the Veda mantras for us, and it is available in the Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Atharva Veda. The Veda mantras have three meanings: Adi Baudik, Adi Devik, Adhyatmik. The Adi Baudik, the external meaning, the direct meaning. The Adi Devik, related to the Devas. And the Adhyatmik, the subtle or the inner meaning. So, unless you understand the Adhyatmic meaning, because Veda contains symbols, symbolism, they don't directly explain many things, so there are symbolism. So to understand that, you need to understand the Adhyatmic meaning. Sri Aurobindo, a great yogin himself, first by a direct experience, later by the study of the Veda mantras, he explained 100 years ago, 1914 through 1940, during that time, he wrote essays on Gita, and he said, this Tadegam, supreme, there is an awareness. That awareness is spreading all over this universe, in every human being, every animate and inanimate things. And there are devas who are the same as, who have specific psychological powers, spiritual and psychological powers. And this Tadegam and these devas by name Agni, Indra, Mitra, Varuna, Aditi, Saraswati, Ila, Mahi. These are all devatas who help Tadegam. Yet each of these devas have the same powers as Tadegam with special psychological powers. So Aurobindo explained all these things, and based on that, Professor Kashyap in Bangalore have translated all the mantras in Adhyatmic meaning, and I have been doing research with Professor Kashyap during the past 10 years, and I am going to briefly explain how all of us can get increasing levels of perfection in what we do, and ultimately becoming all-round perfectionists and realize the goal of life. And what they say, the Deva Rishis, are this Tadegam and these Devas. In fact, the mantra you would have heard, Ekam Sad Vipra Bahuda Vadandi. Even though that's only one line of a 4-line mantra, Indram, Agnim, Indram, Mitram, Varunam, that is other, these names are analogous to that one, Ekam Sat. That is what it meant. However, people mistranslate that Ekam Sat Vipra Bahanti. That means that reality is the same, and they apply to other religions. That is not what meant by this sloga. Ekam Sat Vipra Bahudha Bhavandi, Agnim, Indram, Mitram, Varnam, whether it is Agni or Indra or Mitra Varna, they have the same powers as Ekam Sat, and all of them have psychological powers. And Aurobindo explained that by these Veda mantras, each of us can communicate with the Vedas. And this is not a belief system, this is a proven science. Proven science because 400 rishis in a span of about 1500, 2000 years, at different times, they have meditated and received different mantras to Agni, or Indra, or Mitra, or Varna, or Saraswati, or Surya, or Aditi. Yet, the sum total of the proper characteristics received by these different rishis at different times with the different mantras are the same psychological powers. So there is an experimental verification of different people in different times have communicated with the devas and received these psychological powers. So by we chanting the mantras, we can communicate with these devas. And all these devas work harmoniously, and their only purpose, Tadegam and these devas, are to help you. Even though in Puranas you may say that some devas are jealous of the other deva, none of them happens in these devas. They are harmonious, working. They have no problem if you worship Agni, has no problem if you worship Indra, because Agni, Indra, Mitra, Varna, everyone is the same Tadegam with special psychological powers. And before coming to the psychological powers, I will talk to you first about the mantras. Even people who chant the mantra may not know, but mantra has specific and excellent power. And I will read from my book, the essential power of the mantra is to make us see the world or thought beyond our senses. Look at that first sentence. The essential power of the mantra is to help us see beyond what we can see by the senses. In other words, for things that we can see by the senses, why do we need the mantra? So the mantra has a supraphysical power, and this supraphysical power allows the contact with the supraphysical world, endows the person who sees with a certain power, the intensity of which varies from person to person. And Aurobindo again says on mantra, the mantra can not only create new subjective states in ourselves, not only alter our physical being, not only reveal knowledge and faculties we did not possess before, not only produce similar results in other minds than that of the user, but also it can produce vibrations in the mental and vital atmosphere, which can result in effects in actions and even production of material forms on the physical plane. This is conveyed by that great yogi. So these mantras have power, and there are Agni mantras. In fact, Rigveda starts the very first mantra. Rigveda has 10,552 mantras. The very first mantra of Rigveda is Agnimi ile purohitam yajnasya deva mritwijam hota aram ratnadatamam. Agnim ile, O Agni, I adore you. Purohitam, you lead by the front. Yajnasya devam, you are the Lord of the Yajna. Hotaram, you will call other devas. And Agni has the psychological power, divine willpower. So once you chant Agni mantra, there are people still conducting Agni Hotra. There are web references where the mantras to be used for performing Agni Hotra. Many people are following that and doing the Agni Hotra, chanting the Agni Hotra, Agni mantras. And I have provided the first 9 mantras with meaning in my book on Agni. The first sukta contains, Rigveda has 10,552 mantras in about 1,028 suktas. The first sukta is for Agni, knowing the divine willpower. Divine willpower means without willpower, we will not be able to accomplish anything. So we must chant the Agni mantras. And Agni if you chant only one mantra, the very first mantra, understanding the meaning, you can invite. By this communication, if you call Agni, then Agni will come and place an emanation of his power in you. And if you are leading a sattvic life and continuing this Agni mantra, inviting Agni, this emanation will start growing in you, and you will get the power of willpower. And it will be divine willpower, not only your willpower of, hey, I will go my way or highway, but this divine willpower will even look ahead what is good for you in the future also. So you will be able to see things by this mantra. In the same manner for Indra. Indra is the Deva of divine mind. So to get purity of your mind, Indra. And along with Tadegam and the Devas, there are Dasyus, evil powers also. You can imagine the evil powers as nothing more than our own, the Shadribus, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. So these, because we live in these Dasyus are also within us, and however much we try, we will not be able to remove these Shadribus, and they have names Vritra, Vala. And of course, those who have read Puranas, they will know that there is a fight between Indra and Vritra, and Indra kills Vritra. That is a story in Bhagavata also. Where it comes from is the symbolic battles explained in the Rigveda. So in other words, say we all know that we have the weaknesses, the Shadribus, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Now, everyone knows that anger is not good for us. Yet, we cannot sit in a corner and try to get rid of the anger, because the evil power does not want you to get out of this one. He wants to stay inside your body. So that evil power is by inviting, chanting mantras for Devas, Indra will come inside with an emanation. When that emanation grows, then Indra will be able to fight and symbolically get rid of Vritra and Vala, and thereby the Shadribus, you will start going away. So these are all only when person like Aurobindo explained, that is what, otherwise it is all said, oh, there are some rituals are going on. That yajna, what we do as an outer yajna, has an inner meaning. The inner meaning is you are doing a communication with those devas, Agni, everything you have conduct a havan. So you are inviting Agni with these mantras, and you are inviting Agni into that by hearing the mantra, even if you don't chant. Luckily, I have learned the Vedas and I'm able to chant. But those who have not learned the Vedas, you hear the Veda mantras as the yajna goes on. And invite the devas. You can also chant these mantras, one sukta mantra after explaining in detail. So once
Dr. Narayan Swami,
5 minutes.
So a lot of people would have to leave by 7:30.
Yeah.
Because they get out for dinner, so it's already like 25 minutes for you.
Yeah, 2 minutes. One more
if we can sum up, and then maybe people can ask questions, because I know this is very interesting, and a lot of people will ask you questions.
Yes, one more thing is there are Prithivya Saptadamavi. This world is divided into 7 stations. Earth, Bhuhu, what you do in the Pranayama. Om Bhuhu, Om Bhuaha, Ogum Swaha, Om Maha, Om Jana, Om Ta, Ogum Satyam. The Satya station is where the Devas, Vishnu, and the mantras are there. So by this, the evil powers will go, the Devas will come in you, Agni will invite who are all Devas are needed to make you, and then you rise in consciousness level, and eventually, over a period of many births, you will get to the Parampadam, and you will get the triple infinity, or triple immortality of triple infinity, Sat Chit Ananda, by following these Vedas and Veda mantras. This is the essence of the Vedas and the wisdom in the Vedas, and the book that I have written is Understanding the Vedas, with highlighting the spirituality and wisdom in the Vedas, released by Amazon, both in paperback form and Kindle version. Please, very short time, 1 or 2 questions I can answer if there is questions coming.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So you mentioned that one should recite Veda mantras daily. Now, after that, you also mentioned there are 10,552 Vedas alone. So how do you propose we get started?
What is the question?
You had mentioned that one should recite Veda mantras daily, right?
Yes.
Get purified or whichever. But then there are 10,552 Vedas approximately.
Mantras. In Rigveda alone, there are 10,000. But you start with one mantra. One mantra and invite Agni. Agni has so many mantras. In this 10,552, there are about 2,000 mantras for Agni, 2,500 for Indra, about 50 for Saraswati, 100 for Surya, different devas. So each deva has a different power, a psychological power. If you chant, and in fact, there are mantras put together, 3 mantras each for each of them, for 4 devas. You can chant 12 mantras.
True, but what my question is related to a daily life, for a daily lifestyle, to get yourself to that level where you get yourself open to inviting these devas and these energies into you. Which mantras would you suggest one starts with?
Agni, the first sukta. That is why Veda Vyasa classified it as the very first mantra. And I don't even know, there was an email going around that when first the gramophone recording hour was there, he called Max Muller in the 19th century also, and they asked him to say something to record back. And the first what Max Muller said was this: Agnimi ile purohitam yajnasya deva mrityujam. So anyone can do that. If you have only 5 minutes every day, that is fine. Then you start. Then you will find the changes in you. Then you will take more time into that one, and you can continue whatever field is your profession. So there is professional karma and there is sacred karma. But start inviting the devas into your life, and that is what yajna. Your acharya or priest will conduct that. You listen. That is enough. Then gradually learning can happen later. Listening to the mantra is also fine. So these are all ways suggested. But we must, the whole Veda Samhita is now abandoned. Everyone goes to Jnana, to Upanishad, and this and all that. But this is where everything has come from this. So this is necessary. Unless that, we will lose this Vedas. We have to transfer it to the next generation. So everyone has to take interest now. So once I understood in a position to explain, I have come with this, and I'm in a mission to spread the word.
Thank you. Anyone else has a question?
Yes.
Could you please recite 1 or 2 mantras for Agni?
Agnimi ile purohitam yajnasya deva mrityujam hota aram ratnadatamam Agni purve eber rishibiridyai nutanairuta sadevam ehavakshadi Agnina reimasnavat Poshameva dive dive yashasam veeravattamam Agnina Reyim Ashnavad. Agnina, by Agni, Reyim, all felicities, your hidden felicities will be expanded. And then what will become? Yashasam Veeravattamam. You will become Yashas. You will be known. And Veeravattamam, you will become free of worries. You will be bold. You will have fearless. So mantra itself says that, and you must understand the meaning. So I have given the 9 mantras, the whole first sukta for Agni. So if you can read that and understand and spend 5 minutes a day chanting that mantra, reading that mantra, the chant part can come later. Simply read that and think of Agni as a Deva, invite him to your inner. It will take time, nothing happens overnight. But if then Agni mantra is there in that 9. There will be others also who will teach you. You go to your local priest, they will teach you the Agni mantra also. But the book says the complete origin, how we have come, and there is a lot detailed and deeper explanations in the book that will help you to understand our Veda Samhitas better.
Namaste, everyone. I need to leave now, but I want to thank Dr. Narayan Swami for this excellent presentation. I do want to mention that all of you here know the power of mantras because we use mantras right over here. And in fact, what it is Dr. Narayan Swami may not know, we have mantra for each organ and each part of the body. We look at mantras in 3 different ways. One, the chakra vibration mantras are audible mantras. The second level mantras which we use are for meditative connectivity. And as you say, a rishi is a person who is able to divine the mantras. What we say is each person's personal mantra, if they are able to do it, it silences the external vibration and it connects you into the cosmic intelligence, the Rita. And one who connects into the Rita is a rishi. And so the third level of mantras that we use for healing purposes is for each organ of the body has its own mantras. There are people here who have used mantra for their ear, for their heart, for the lungs. So we can work with each part of the body separately with a mantra. So,
no, in a sense, I'm carrying sand to the beach, perhaps.
But what you're doing is you're bringing about the linkage with the tradition of the Vedas and how all of that has brought in. And that may be of interest to the audience here. I need to go into another meeting, so I'm going to excuse myself. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste, Rajan.
Namaste.
Nice meeting you. And this is fantastic. I enjoyed the whole session. That is why I said rather than coming at 4, I want to listen completely one day. And I'll try to participate various sessions of yours whenever I get time.
Dr. Narayan Swami, is there any particular time to recite the mantras?
No, anytime. You are one-to-one. You can always, they are always ready to help you. Many of the things that we have, the baggages that we carry, we have to do that ladies may not chant this and all that. There may be, for what reasons we do not know. Everyone can chant. Everyone can invite Surya. Everyone can invite Mitra, Varuna. All of them are ready to help you. But the reason to start with Agni perhaps is that Agni is called in the first mantra, it says Hotaram. Hotaram means caller. Agni will call other devas who have psychological powers that you are lacking. So Agni will decide. Once Agni comes, he will know where you are lacking and who has that psychological power. He will invite that deva because he is the Hotar. Hotaram. Agnimi ile purohitam yajnasya deva mritwijam. He is a Ritwijam. He is full of truth. Hota Aram, he can call. He is a Ratnadadamam. He will bring out your hidden felicities. You don't even know you have that capability. So once you start this, that is why this Agnihotra and everyone say Pradar Agnihotram and Sayam Agnihotram was part of our forefathers doing that.
Just a side question. When you do homam, why there are certain shlokas are recited in the morning and certain in the afternoon?
It says Sayam, Sayam, Prada, Prada. They have different scheduled them, inviting this so that my night be better, my morning time be better, so somebody more active and all.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
You can buy this
What?
book on Amazon.
Amazon, yes, please.
What language did you use for
English.
mantras?
Mantras are Sanskrit. Mantras are Sanskrit. So the book is written in English, and both there is Devanagari, Sanskrit, and they have transliteration and meaning. And
Thank you
Only
very much.
one
for
book
your
or there are
presence.
many?
pardon?
There is only one book or there are many books?
Only one book I have written, and there are a lot of references in that one. My professor has written a lot of books, many symbol books that is written by Sakshi Trust in Bangalore. I can also get them. I have a website also, understandingthevedas.com. Directly from there, you can send email to me. Anyone has any question? See, the name of the book is Understanding the Vedas. And the website is also understandingthevedas.com.
Very good.
So if you go to that website, you can directly send email to me. Any specific question, I will answer. And the power of mantras, as Rajan explained, I'm very happy because you are all aware of the power of the mantra. But many people, the chanters themselves, do not know the power of the mantra. And we have got to understand that these devas are here to help us. The rishis who got these mantras, they will also come with you. Every mantra has a rishi, chandas, and a devata.
Yes, Dr. Narayan, I have one question.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hello?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, go ahead, Mr.
Yeah.
Patel.
Okay. Those Ved mantra, you said there was a Adi Bhautik and Devi and Adhyatmik mantra. That was written so many years ago. At that time, probably they wrote according to our lifestyle or all our environment everywhere. So these are still true for us. And it was.
In fact, that is a question repeatedly asked. Vedas were old and that may be needed at that time when people did not have anything to do. No, it is more relevant today. And we are missing out everything. We are dropping this because what this says is, you see, if you look at the physics, there are many physicists who say it is a self-aware universe. There is awareness. That is what we are kind of, in all this, when we chant this Vam, Ram, Lam, all these things, the Panchabhutas, we can call them, invite them, take the energy. How does animals in the nature or trees, how are they all sustaining? There is energy, there is awareness. And that awareness we can increase accepting, getting that awareness by these mantras. You see, simply, like for example, you go out on a sunny day, then the heat of the sun we get. But sun has not only the heat, sun also has a psychological power. What is his psychological power? Truth. That will, you see, even sometimes when we say, hey, this is a small thing, I can cut across this, even if I'm not truthful here, it's okay. It's a minor, harmless lie. No, once sun comes to you, sun will not allow you to do that. Because any time that we are not living in truth, we are creating what is called a papa, sin. And unless we remove the sin, we cannot get into the perfect purity stage again. So try to be, at least in the simple cases, do not lie. Of course, personal, too deep, embarrassing situation, we all may cut across because we are still human beings. But once these gods come, they will not put you into the stage. That is what the power of... Huh?
Sorry, there was a interruption by someone. Go ahead, please.
No, what I mean is, so we try to live Satyam Tava Shraddhayam. That is a frequent reference in Vedas. we must live in the Satyam Tapas. Tapas is just a focused attention. In fact, Bhagavad Gita says there is a Shariram Tapas, Manasika Tapas, and all that 17, 14, 15, 16, chapter 17, 14, 15, 16 it gives, how to lead various Gita gives many directions. No, what I said this that karma or yajna, jnana, yoga,
Bhakti,
and Puranas, bhakti, all our whole total scriptural texts we can catch it in there, and that is exactly what Bhagavad Gita, the 4 yogas, bhakti yoga, karma yoga, raja yoga, and jnana yoga, all is there in bhakti. Yeah, but to get to the root by understanding these Aurobindo, because we have lost all this. We lost all this knowledge because rishis taught it to their people, and then they promoted outer yajna also. Otherwise, this Veda may drop out. But only outer yajna stayed from 3000 BCE until Aurobindo came. In fact, Madhvacharya in 13th century, he said there is adhyatmic meaning. Unless you take this adhyatmic meaning, you will not understand why you are doing this yajna. But nobody followed it up at that time. But Aurobindo, Kabali Shastri, Kashyap. So in the 20th century, we have all this data, and I was fortunate to, I started as a practitioner, and then I understood all these Aurobindo's explanations and all that from Kashyap, and I've been doing research for the past 10 years. So I have made this, that by reading this, it will give you better understanding, along with the yoga and the mantras that Rajan Narayan explained. This will be reinforce your experiences by a good understanding. I am very
Excuse
happy
me.
to.
thank you, Doctor.
One question I want to ask you: is Gayatri mantra Om Bhurva is a part of the Vedic mantra, or is it a different mantra?
Yes. That is for sun. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayad. Sabita is the creator. He is the Pratyaksha Brahman. He is the as direct supreme that you can see. So Rishi Vishwamitra was got this Gayatri mantra. The Rig Veda is divided into 10 mandalas. Gayatri mantra occurs on the 3rd mandala, 62nd sukta, 10th mantra. So it is divided into mandalas. Each mandala has a number of suktas. Each suktas has a number of mantras. And Gayatri mantra is in the 3rd mandala.
And how about the Mahamrityunjaya mantra of
that is in the
Shivji?
7th. That is in the 7th mandala. Triambagam yajamahe sugandim bushti vardhanam urva rukamiva bandhanan mrityor mokshiya mamrita ad. That is 7th mandala, 59th sukta, 12th mantra. So that is revealed to Vasishta, Rishi Vasishta. So you asked 2 questions. The 2
Thank you so much.
Vishwamitra and Vasishta. You asked about
Thank you so much.
mantra was revealed to mandala 7. That is all the mantras in mandala 7 is revealed to Vasishta, and the 3rd mandala is Vishwamitra. Gayatri mantra was revealed to Vishwamitra.
Dr. Narayan Swami, is there a particular hierarchy of these mandalas?
Well, the rishis, when the rishis received the mantras, there were, you have to imagine rishis as, I am sitting here. If this is a rishi in Los Angeles, another rishi in New Jersey, another rishi in there, everybody in the Harappan civilization, that area, separated by distance, and they had their disciples. So no hierarchy. Different rishis got all these mantras together, and from 6000 BC to about 3500 BC, the rishi period, when it ended, there was a vast collection of mantras, and then Krishna Dvaipayana classified this. So he's given the title Veda Vyasa. Vyasa means one who classified. So that Veda Vyasa, so he organized it And he made Agni mantra as the first mantra because Agni is a very important deity in Rigveda. 2000 mantras for Agni. So, other than there is no hierarchy I can talk about. All the 10 mandalas of Rigveda have the same value. Different rishis have got. In fact, in the 10th mandala, 125th sukta, Vagambrini, there is a lady, a rishi, Vak, very famous lady. She has been a teacher of many Upanishadic rishis also, Vagambrini. So she got the mantra Vak. So there is no hierarchy. I will not say this. It all came during those. It is there in the Paramevyoman. Different rishis at different times got this. That's all what we can.
So the mandalas are because of the different time periods that they.
I would not say the different time periods. It may be due to how Vyasa. I have not studied that. That's a good question. But Vyasa compiled it and organized it. They put them in mantra 1. The mantra 2 through 9, 7 of them to each rishi and their disciples. Gritstamada, Vishwamitra, Atri, Angirsa, Kashyapa, Vasishta. So 7 of the mandalas are their rishi and their disciples only. Then mandala 1, mandala 10 are various rishis and various devatas. And mandala 9 is all for Soma, delight. Soma is delight. All the mantras of mandala 9 are for Soma. So what else is the basis, I cannot say, but there is no hierarchy. And this is Rigveda. Then there is Yajurveda. And Yajurveda became Krishna Yajurveda and Shukla Yajurveda. Krishna Yajurveda has the Taittiriya Samhita. Shukla Yajurveda has the Vajasena Samhita. Then Samaveda. Samaveda mantras are all in Rigveda, but they are chanted in a with a sama in a saman.
Hymns and chants, song. Right.
Vedanam Samavedosmi, because of the that is the delight and the singing and all that. Krishna says in his Vibhuti, Vedanam Samavedosmi. Among Vedas, I am Samaveda. At chapter 10, Vibhuti Yoga of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Vedanam Samavedosmi. Among Vedas, I am Samaveda. So because everyone likes to listen to that Samaveda, then Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda contains Bhumi Sukta, where we are the only people 3,000 years ago that earth is a living thing, living organism. We cannot just, in fact, even the Bharatanatyam people, they pray God, oh, I'm stomping on you. Forgive me, my stamping. For dance, they have to put their foot down. So they pray to Bhumi Devi.
We also pray, right? Samudra Vasane Devi. We also, all of us do that.
Yes. So it is Satyam. There are Bhumi Sukta comes in Atharva Veda. It's very important. Only 30, 50 years ago, Westerners found about ecology and necessity to live and all that, because they, in the Semitic religions, their belief is that this is for everyone to plunder and destroy this world, that this is a self-sustaining, and the dharmic living is needed because our rishis have found it long, long ago, many of them. So, and it is in a sense unfortunate that no one is, there are no teachers of Veda Samhita, no one has done research on Veda Samhita. You see, that is karma, yajna. There are some bhadyas or priests who will chant some mantras and do this ritual. And it is given a branding wise also is not very good. Some people say that only superstitious people go after this and there is no, you can experience all these things. Anubhavam eva shastram. All our Vedas is a science. Anubhavam, you can experience it. If someone comes and asks me, show me, it takes time to show anything, to do any experiment. But no one will go and ask a neurosurgeon, show me how to do neurosurgery. But in Vedas, they will say, show me now. Hey, you also have to spend 10, 15 years to understand it. You don't have time for that. And then without reading it, you say it is. So we are neglecting this, but it is time. There is a revival. And I wrote it mainly for my next generation. My grandchildren should read my book. That is the main reason to write this to all the youngsters.
Is there only one such mandala?
Which one?
The mandala that you spoke of with the levels. Is there only one such mandala in the universe?
No, there are 10 mandalas in Rig Veda. Only it is Rig Veda alone is divided into 10 mandalas. And each mandala has suktas. Collection of mantras is in a sukta 10 or 12.
Okay, I can rephrase my question. So if there's a parallel universe, do you think these mandalas would exist in that parallel universe?
There has to be, it has to exist. Everywhere there will be people meditating and recovering these mantras. The mantras are available even now. In fact, that is another question that someone asked me in another lecture. So why only that rishis got the mantras? So what happened? No, even today you can get mantras, and there is a Daivarada in Mysore, Gokarnam. He saw this meditation. He saw, they see it and they will speak out the mantra, but someone has to transcribe and then note it down. And then when they come out of that thing, they will look at it, whether it is proper chandas, and they will take some and they will drop others. But no one was there to note it down. But his guru was with him 1 month meditation time. He said 2 or 3 days at different times mantras, but he could not note it down. He noted on some, but that didn't make any sense. But he was able to see the mantras, Daivarada, in Mysore recently. So I'm sure there are many, many people in Himalayas. They may still be getting mantras and teaching to their disciples. Okay. It is still available now. Anyone can go ahead.
I think someone else has a question. Chitraji, please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Namaskar. I just would like to know, Dr. Narayan, every day I chant Gayatri mantra about 10 minutes, 12 minutes. But do you advise to, read that Agni mantra every day? We must learn that.
Can I add to that question, please? So the question is that, just like someone else just asked, Gayatri mantra and Mahamrutyunjay mantra, are these two staples one should include in one's life?
Yeah, you see, I chant all these mantras, so I am not in a position to say whether which one select. But if you have the chance to chant the mantra, Agni is you see, Agni and Surya, Savita is, the Gayatri mantra is for sun. Savitri is the creator. Agni in the earth, Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. In Suvaha, Aditya. Agni and Aditya are the same. There is no thing. Both are truth seekers. Both are. So I don't want to distinguish, but you must. Chanting Gayatri mantra is excellent. You can and must add the one sukta of Agni mantra, 9 mantras of Agni mantra in my book. But you don't have to buy that book for that. I'm not promoting the book. I'm saying, but understanding the meaning, because this is a communication to the Deva. So you are inviting. You are inviting Agni. In fact, I consider, you have to consider Agni as your friend. All rishis have considered them as their friend. They are ready to help. Another friend, you call a friend to help. Okay. So Agni and Indra, their role in Rigveda is enormous, because all these 400 rishis, almost all of them have received mantras for Agni and Indra. 2000 mantras for Agni, 2500 mantras for Indra, out of 10,552. 1,200 mantras for Soma, delight. So these three deities, over 50% of the mantras are received by the rishis for them. So Agni, including Agni mantra, would be, you will see your willpower, By chanting the Gayatri Mantra, you are leading more and more a truthful and sattvic life. Surya, you see, we'll say, let's get some sunlight here. So secrecy will be avoided, as people say. Sunlight is a disinfectant, which will avoid secrecy. Let's not do it anything in the darkness. Let's not do it anything in private. Let's do it publicly, openly. So sun is the Deva. The Deva definition itself is their powers of light. Any Deva comes, your so many of these things, your whole, the dasyus, their job is to get rid of the dasyus first. Then you become pure. And even our Upanishad says that when all our impurities are removed, the self shines itself. You see, the self-realization, you cannot go and catch the self. Self is there, but it is covered with impurities. As Bhagavad Gita says, that Dhumen avrudo vanni, ulben avrudo garbaha, yadadarsho malenacha. You see, when Arjuna asks, I want to like everybody, but I don't like everybody. I want everybody to like me, but many people don't like me. What is it? And Krishna says, Kama esha, Krodha esha, Rajoguna samudbhava. Kama and Krodha is Karanam. And then he gives the reason. Dhumen avrudo vanni, ulben avrudo garba, malen adarsha, this thing. So he gives three examples. Dhumen avrudo vanni, just like fire is covered by dhumam, smoke, just like the fetus is covered by that sack around, just like the mirror is covered with the dirt, your self is covered with impurities.
Oh.
Yeah, so he gives the example. Dhumen avrudo vanni yadadarsho, ulben avrudo garba, yadadarsho malenacha, adarsha mirror, malenacha dirty, tadat teneda avrdam. Your self is avrdam, covered. And he gives three examples. And there is, of course, when I teach Gita, I'll say, why three examples? One is enough. Why three? There are three different reasons for different types of people. Some dirt is only very small. It can easily be removed by dhumam. If you remove that, then Agni will come.
Yes.
But for the sack to remove and to come, it takes time, 9 months at least for that. So he gives him grades. A deeply dirty mirror, to clean it up, it will take you a long time. So in the same manner.
There's
So
one more
we must-
question I think someone has.
So
raised.
we must, we must read Agni Mantra every day. That is very important.
Agni Mantra starting, he said, inviting Agni. That is the Agnihotra. Agnihotra. In fact, our forefathers, they used to keep a pot with Agni in their homes.
I know.
That is the important. So we never realized. We thought these are all part of the rituals. We dismiss everything along with the moderners who didn't understand why it was. So we also followed that. You see, many of the people who have critiqued Veda have not studied Veda. That is the tragedy of this. They get to, without going deeper into this, they have concluded.
No, didn't start.
Tej M has a question. Tej M, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Dr. Narayan.
Yes.
So I was going through your website and found out you had a very distinguished career. Was there any usage of your Vedic knowledge towards your career?
You see, that is a very interesting question. I personally, I don't want to say I have a direct line to God, but so many times the answer will appear in front of me. I have that feeling that so because these devas took me through all those challenges. When I see this thing and all that, there are so many persons. I don't want to say that, but you directly asked that question, so I have to answer in the saying that I could see that. I always used to say, I'm not the chairman of my company. It is the God that I worship. They tell me what to do. Just like chairman gives the orders and I follow. Even though I was the chairman, I was issuing orders to everybody. I used to tell my close friends, I'm not the chairman. Someone tells me, I have so many tough situations. I got out, I don't know how. You can say luck, you can say grace, God's grace, or I did the right things, or you can put all those things. But I have no doubt to say that it was this devas guiding me through the right way.
Naresh Chand, please go ahead. Naresh ji.
Avniji, one more question, if you can.
Hanji, go ahead. Naresh ji, one moment, please.
Okay. Do you teach like Bhagavad Gita online or?
Now I have stopped teaching. No, Bhagavad Gita I used to, I used to teach Upanishad because Vedas, I was taught, everyone said it is, I was practicing Vedas since my Diksha at 11 years old, except when I went to college and all that, I didn't have any facility. So about 10, 15 years, I didn't do anything. But when I was in high school, I stay home and do the puja and then only go. Then after married and settled down, then every day I do my puja before I go to my work also. Chant all these Veda mantras of the Rig Veda and the Yajurveda, most suttas and all that. So I always felt that I had that guidance. But after 20, 30 years, I was not able to see where is the wisdom, where is the wisdom. Then I said, oh, jnana, and I went after Upanishads and studied Upanishads and taught Upanishads. Then again, I am asking, so where is the wisdom? Then finally, I had a chance meeting. You see, when you start asking repeatedly a question, sometimes you get the answer, otherwise you'll be taken to someone who knows. I had a chance meeting with Professor Kashyap, and then he has learned this Arbindos and he has translated. He showed me quickly I could grasp, put all these things together. So in the process, I went through all this. Gita, I was studying from college days. Then Puranas I read. My mother took me to listen to Bhagavata Purana in school onwards. So I had opportunities to learn all these things, but never able to understand where is the real wisdom, how this all happens. And now I think that it is these devas, simply chant the mantras, communicate with them, they come to you and they help you. Their job is to help you. That's all. You call. And in fact, sometimes when you see in this other thing of the ask and thou shalt be given, which is true. It all came because ours was the only religious book at that time. Vedas was the only religious book at that time. And all other religions have taken large chunks from the Veda.
Naresh, go ahead with your question, please.
So my question to you is, I mean, you come from a rich land, we call it South India, where most people are very religious and involved into mantras, recitation from childhood. In North, it's completely opposite. I mean, I learned few mantras from my mom, and I am proud of it. But at the same time, most people are ignorant, including me. How can you simplify the gist of Vedas for the coming generations? Otherwise, when you are gone, your books may carry some message for some people, but for the coming generations, that simplicity is the answer. Because with all due respect, I recited some mantras with you because I knew them by heart. Other than that, it's very high level of talk.
You see, what you are saying is an excellent point. I cannot say enough because I have struggled with this one again and again. In fact, I now think this book also may not be the first two or three chapters. Everyone, I think my high schoolers can read and understand. But this book is in two parts. And in the first part, I explain the historical narrative and all those things. And really, the meaning of mantras and thing comes in the second part with the spiritual meaning, what is it? So even to say, I will ask a simple question. I could not, 10 or 15 years ago, could not even answer my children's question, or I cannot force them to do this, because if they ask, hey, is it faith? You may have to, I did it based on faith, and then I found out the meaning. Now I have experience, and I now know many experience when I look back.
You have become a yogi. You have become a high level of yogi. You're an observer. You studied fast, mantras, recited it, remembered it. You became an engineer or whatever. And then that helped you, and you are aging gracefully. That is helping you, no doubt. The people who recite mantras, they are aging gracefully, more gracefully. So yoga, my suggestion to you is, in your old age, I happen to learn that you are 80 plus. In your old age, take some small videos, simplify the matter for people like me and my great-grandchildren.
Yeah, you see, I thought that is this book. Now I now understand. Many of my friends said this is not enough.
For most people, to my mind.
Yeah, I think so. I agree. I will not agree now. Once that the book has come out, I seem to think so. So one of my close friends is saying, you have to go down, you have to come up with 15-minute videos. That's what they're saying. So, yeah, that is what they say. So I welcome help. I may need additional help.
Well, it's only 5-10 minutes, 20 minutes of videos, and start storing them into your iClouds and start releasing it to the people, for ignorant people like me and my great-grandchildren.
Yes. First, I want to tell them that, you see, I want to start a simple question. At least let me ask a simple question and a simple answer, and you start going that explanation. So, what is in it for studying Veda? What am I going to get by chanting 15 minutes of Veda mantras or studying Veda? Am I a loser if I don't study Vedas? Today I can answer that. You 15 minutes or 20 minutes, rather than spending on your C++, that may get you a job before 12 years old or 13 years old, but this will give you lifelong direction and help for you and